In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on November 12, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Northern Illinois versus Massachusetts. The Northern Illinois Huskies, holding a record of 2 wins and 7 losses overall, and 1 win with 4 losses in conference play, make their way to Amherst, Massachusetts, to take on the UMass Minutemen at Warren McGuirk Alumni Stadium this Wednesday evening in a Mid-American Conference matchup. Northern Illinois comes into this contest after suffering a 42-3 loss to Toledo last Wednesday, a game that reflected the team's continued struggles over the past several weeks. The defeat marked their 7th loss in the last 8 games, a stretch that has tested both their offense and defense. Massachusetts, facing similar troubles, dropped its most recent game to Akron by a 44-10 score last Tuesday, extending a difficult run of performances that have left the Minutemen near the bottom of national rankings in several key categories. Neither team has given fans much to cheer about in recent weeks, as both programs search for stability and rhythm. For Northern Illinois, the loss to Toledo was marked by inefficiency on both sides of the ball. The Huskies generated only 203 total yards, recorded 13 first downs, and went just 2 of 16 on third down attempts. Their struggles to sustain drives were matched by a defense that allowed 443 total yards and 9 of 14 third down conversions. The defense did receive some reprieve from Toledo's 10 penalties, which helped prevent an even wider margin of defeat. Before this setback, Northern Illinois had managed to post 21 points in consecutive games, but their offensive collapse against Toledo underscored how inconsistent their scoring production has been throughout the season. Massachusetts found itself in a nearly identical position during its loss to Akron. The Minutemen mustered only 169 total yards and 14 first downs, while turning the ball over 3 times on fumbles and converting only 2 of 12 third down opportunities. Their defense could not contain the opposing offense, surrendering 467 total yards, including 237 on the ground. The game was never close, and the Minutemen's lack of execution on both sides of the ball made the result inevitable. This week's matchup may appear competitive only because both teams have faced persistent offensive and defensive woes. Still, it is difficult to expect a sudden turnaround from either side. When evaluating both defenses, Northern Illinois distinguishes itself slightly. The Huskies allow an average of 354.9 yards per game and 24.3 points per game, ranking 68th nationally in that category. While not elite, these numbers at least indicate a degree of control compared to Massachusetts, which gives up an average of 497 yards per game, placing them 136th, and 35.9 points per game, ranking 130th. In turnover margin, Massachusetts stands at -7, reflecting frequent offensive miscues, while Northern Illinois is at -3, indicating marginally better ball security. The offensive struggles of the Minutemen have been even more severe. They rank 134th nationally in total offense, averaging only 275.1 yards per game, and sit last in scoring with 11.5 points per game. Their recent attempt to use 2 quarterbacks failed to produce any meaningful progress, as both signal callers performed poorly in their last outing. These problems extend beyond the passing game, with an offensive line that has struggled to protect the quarterback and a rushing attack that has failed to gain traction. Massachusetts has also failed to cover the spread in 4 of its last 5 games and has 2 wins against 6 losses against the spread in its past 8 appearances as an underdog, highlighting a consistent inability to meet even modest expectations. As our first pick for this matchup, the Northern Illinois Huskies cover the spread as favorites as our full game side pick. Turning to the total, both offenses have been among the least productive in college football. Northern Illinois averages 12.2 points per game, ranking 135th. while Massachusetts averages 11.5 points per game, ranking 136th. These figures show that neither team has found a reliable offensive rhythm. The Minutemen's defense, though, has been far more porous, allowing over 35 points per game and nearly 500 yards on average. Northern Illinois, while far from dominant, holds opponents to 24.3 points per game, a mark that provides them a modest but clear advantage in defensive consistency. The total has gone under in 6 of Northern Illinois' last 9 games, a reflection of their limited scoring output and their defense's ability to keep games from becoming high-scoring affairs. In contrast, the total tends to finish over for Massachusetts due to their weak defense, yet that pattern may not hold here given their opponent's offensive inefficiency. Both teams lack explosiveness and have shown a tendency to stall drives before reaching the red zone. The result is often a series of possessions that exchange field position without producing many points. Viewers can expect extended drives that fizzle near midfield, slow pacing, and long stretches without scoring, leading to a matchup defined more by missed opportunities than big plays. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Buffalo versus Central Michigan. Two familiar foes from the Mid-American Conference square off in Michigan on Wednesday night as the Buffalo Bulls travel to Mount Pleasant to meet the Central Michigan Chippewas. Both programs enter this matchup with plenty to prove and a strong sense of urgency as the conference race tightens. Buffalo rides the momentum of a commanding 28-3 road victory over Bowling Green last Saturday, where they controlled the game from start to finish despite entering as a 3-point underdog. Central Michigan, on the other hand, returns home after a narrow 24-21 loss to Western Michigan, a contest in which they showed resilience and still managed to cover the spread as a 6-point underdog. In their all-time series, the Chippewas hold an 8-4 advantage, but the Bulls earned a decisive 37-13 home victory the last time these two met on October 7, 2023. The Bulls have found their rhythm in recent weeks, winning 4 of their last 5 conference games while showing a consistent ability to impose their will defensively. Their latest win over Bowling Green showcased how effective they can be when the front 7 dictates the tempo. Buffalo's defensive line and linebackers have become the backbone of the team, creating pressure early and forcing opponents into unfavorable down and distance situations. Quarterback Taquan Robertson has adopted a measured approach that suits this system. He plays within structure, limits turnovers, and allows the offense to stay balanced. Running back L.J. Henderson has carried the load on the ground, providing the steady production that keeps drives alive and the defense rested. Defensively, Buffalo continues to stand out. Allowing under 20 points per game, they have quietly become one of the most reliable units in the conference. Their red zone defense ranks inside the top 35 nationally, a reflection of both preparation and discipline. The group's ability to tighten coverage and generate pressure in key moments has repeatedly shifted momentum late in games. When they dictate the pace defensively, the Bulls often control time of possession, limiting opposing offenses to short possessions and setting up their own offense with favorable field position. Central Michigan, meanwhile, has been formidable at home this season, entering this matchup with a perfect 3-0 record at Kelly Short Stadium. However, the Chippewas have struggled to maintain consistency on the offensive side of the ball. Quarterback Joey Lavis has displayed efficiency and composure, but the passing game remains limited, forcing the offense to rely heavily on its ground attack. That approach has worked against softer defensive fronts, yet it could meet resistance against a Buffalo defense that has excelled at stopping the run all year. If the Bulls clog running lanes early, Central Michigan may face difficulties sustaining drives or creating explosive plays. Buffalo also holds a small but important advantage in turnover margin and time of possession. These hidden areas often decide outcomes between evenly matched teams. A slight edge in takeaways not only protects Buffalo from giving away short fields but also helps them dictate the flow of the game. Their discipline on special teams and field positioning has complemented the defense's ability to limit big plays, and that combination has been key to their success on the road. Head coach Pete Lembo deserves recognition for transforming Buffalo into a rugged and efficient team since taking over the program last season. His emphasis on physical defense and assignment discipline has reshaped the Bulls' identity. This group now ranks among the better run-stopping units in the league, giving up only 3.4 yards per carry across the season. That kind of consistency up front will directly test Central Michigan's offensive identity, which relies on establishing the run to open up short passing routes. The Chippewas have found success in generating takeaways, forcing 13 turnovers through 9 games, and they will likely need 1 or 2 key plays on defense to stay competitive. Central Michigan's unblemished home record and Buffalo's 3-1 mark on the road highlight how both teams rise to the occasion in familiar roles. The Bulls' lone road loss came against a Big Ten opponent in Minnesota, suggesting they travel well and compete with focus. With both defenses expected to play a major role early, the ability to control the line of scrimmage could become the deciding factor. If Buffalo continues to execute its defensive game plan and avoid self-inflicted mistakes, they can neutralize Central Michigan's strengths as the game progresses. As our first pick for this matchup, the Buffalo Bulls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Each team enters with the same overall record this season, adding symmetry to what shapes up as a balanced and competitive matchup. Central Michigan's perfect 3-0 record at home contrasts with Buffalo's strong 3-1 performance away from home, a sign that both teams are comfortable in their current settings. Offensively, each side has shown recent growth and scoring consistency. Central Michigan has reached at least 21 points in 6 consecutive contests, demonstrating steady execution despite offensive limitations. Buffalo, meanwhile, has scored 28 or more in 3 of its last 4 games, showing improved efficiency and balance in their attack. The historical data between these teams points toward higher scoring contests when they meet. The over has hit in 4 of their last 5 matchups, reflecting how both offenses tend to find rhythm once the game opens up. Each team's ability to move the ball and convert in the red zone could again shape the final outcome. With both offenses trending upward and capable of producing sustained drives, the potential for another lively back-and-forth game is clear. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toledo versus Miami, Ohio. Wednesday evening delivers another round of action, and anticipation builds for the matchup between Toledo and Miami, Ohio. Both teams enter this contest with matching records of 5-4-0, but they arrive under very different circumstances. Toledo rides the momentum of a dominant 42-3 home victory over Northern Illinois, a game that showcased both offensive control and defensive strength. Miami, on the other hand, looks to recover after a narrow 24-20 road defeat to Ohio, a result that halted their steady climb in the conference standings. In last season's meeting, Toledo defended its home turf successfully, earning a 30-20 win that set the tone for this rivalry. This game has the potential to be an engaging and balanced contest if both sides play to their full capability. Miami has spent the week regrouping from the setback in Athens and should approach this one with renewed focus. In that loss to the Bobcats, the Redhawks managed 16 first downs and struggled on third downs, converting only 4 of 13 attempts. Their offense generated 303 total yards, 194 of which came through the air. On the defensive side, Miami yielded 338 total yards, including 19 first downs, while allowing Ohio to move the chains on 6 of 12 third down opportunities. This pattern of production has been somewhat consistent for the Redhawks in recent weeks, as they have scored exactly 20 points in 2 of their last 4 contests, a number slightly below their usual output in similar matchups earlier in the season. Toledo enters this meeting after a performance that left little doubt about its potential. The Rockets dismantled Northern Illinois with precision, though discipline issues surfaced with 10 penalties totaling 92 yards. Even so, Toledo's offensive rhythm was evident as they accumulated 443 total yards, 309 of those through the air. The unit averaged 7.1 yards per play, moved the chains 23 times, and succeeded on 9 of 14 third down attempts. Most importantly, they committed no turnovers, maintaining steady control from start to finish. Their defense turned in a sharp showing as well, holding Northern Illinois to 203 total yards, 13 first downs, and a mere 2 of 16 on third downs. The performance underscored the Rockets' ability to dominate both sides of the ball when they minimize mistakes. The two programs may share identical overall records, yet their performance trends diverge in meaningful ways. Miami has proven particularly effective at home, boasting a 3-1-0 record at Yager Stadium, where their defense plays with confidence and their offense sustains drives more efficiently. Toledo, in contrast, has yet to secure a road victory this season, standing at 0-4-0 away from home, a statistic that highlights their inconsistency outside of the Glass Bowl. The Redhawks have shown strong form lately, with 5 wins in in their last 6 games, suggesting a team capable of adapting and competing against top conference opponents. This matchup promises a physical battle defined by disciplined defense, steady possessions, and tactical adjustments at the line of scrimmage. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami, Ohio Redhawks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Turning to the total analysis, the defensive strengths of both teams frame this matchup as one where points may come at a premium. Toledo enters as one of the nation's most efficient defensive units, giving up only 14.6 points per game. Their secondary has been particularly effective, limiting opposing quarterbacks and preventing big plays downfield. Miami has held opponents to just over 21 points per contest and thrives on forcing offenses into long drives. Both programs rank outside the top 90 nationally in third down conversion rate, indicating a pattern of stalled drives and frequent punts. With conference implications at stake, both coaching staffs are likely to prioritize ball control and field position rather than taking unnecessary risks. The Rockets average 32.9 points per game and run the ball 52% of the time, anchored by the 45th ranked rushing attack. They now face a Miami defense that stands 42nd against the run and allows 21.7 points per game, a matchup that will test Toledo's ability to maintain balance and tempo. On the other side, the Redhawks average 25.6 points per game and lean on their rushing game 57% of the time, powered by the 67th ranked ground unit. Their challenge comes against a Toledo defense ranked 10th nationally against the run, surrendering just 14.6 points per contest. This alignment of defensive strength against offensive persistence hints at a slower-paced affair, one where sustained drives and special teams execution could prove decisive. Recent history supports a lower-scoring outcome, as 2 of the last 3 meetings between these teams have finished under the total. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.